Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning Russian with one of the most popular Russian songs, which is called КАМИН. This song describes deep emotional pain and heartbreak after breakup. We find a person next to a fireplace who is burning a picture of his ex-loved one. The song is both desperate and beautiful, and there are many basic rules of Russian grammar that we are going to dive into. Thanks to everyone who comments on my videos and subscribes to this channel. It helps my channel to grow and motivates me to create more content. Let's watch!
В камине в 6 утра фотография твоя, горят воспоминания о тебе.
The very first thing that probably caught your eye is the word order. Following the rules of the English language, the sentence would be Твоя фотография в камине в 6 утра. Subject, then place and time. But here in the song, the order is different. В камине в 6 утра фотография твоя. Place, time, and then the subject. Фотография твоя. We should also mention that the adjectives that should refer to the noun comes after the noun, comes after the subject. Фотография твоя, which is not common in English. And no, such word order is not only used to keep the rhythm. This unconventional word order is actually quite conventional in Russian, since we do not have such strict rules when it comes to the word order, and we can change it. For example, we could say «Твоя фотография в камине в 6 утра» or «Твоя фотография в 6 утра в камине» or «Фотография твоя в 6 утра в камине». Фотография твоя в камине в 6 утра. Or we could even put the subject between the place and time. В камине твоя фотография в 6 утра. В 6 утра твоя фотография в камине. And the same applies to горят воспоминания о тебе, where the verb precedes the subject. Горят воспоминания. Having said that, the most conventional word order in Russian is subject, verb, and object, just like in English. This is the standard structure that is used for straightforward unemotional statements. As for adjectives and nouns, it's more common to use the adjective before the noun. But in literature or in poetry, we find the reversed order quite often because it makes it more poetic. It sounds sublime. Another point that we have to pay attention to is the verb to be in Russian, which doesn't exist. So you can see that in the sentence «В камине в 6 утра фотография твоя» there is no verb at all, and it's fine. Russian sentences can operate without verbs. For example, when we describe someone or when we say where something is located. So basically, in those cases where we use to be in English, in Russian we just omit the verb. Regarding cases here, в камине is the prepositional case. When we want to say that something is located somewhere, we will use the preposition в and the prepositional case. В камине. The prepositional case is formed by removing the last vowel. If we have one, for example, камин, we do not have a vowel at the end of this word, so we do not need to remove anything. And after that, we need to add yeah. It answers the question where. For example, where are you? Я в бассейне. Я в супермаркете. Я в больнице. And so on. Next one is 6 утра, which is referring to the time. When we're talking about the time, we also use the preposition в. But this time, we do not change the ending in the numbers. We just say the numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 утра, в 4 утра, в 6 утра. However, you might have noticed that we use the genitive case when we are talking about the part of the day, like утра, вечера или дня. В 6 часов вечера, 2 часа ночи. Воспоминания о тебе. О тебе. You can see the ending «е» here. That's right, that's the prepositional case. So when we are talking about something or someone and we have this preposition or about, we also have the prepositional case. Я думал о тебе. Or if you are a woman, you say я думала о тебе. Moving on to the meaning, it's quite literal, except for burning. What is actually burning here is the picture, as it's burning and takes away the memories. Memories can't burn, but in this case, we combine memories and the picture. If there is no picture, there are no memories about you.
У камина в 6 утра разбитая душа, и все твои обещания пустота.
Now let's look at the line у камина в 6 утра разбитая душа. This time, instead of в камине, we say у камина, which means next to or by, and is usually used with the genitive case. Камина. It shows us that the person is standing or sitting by the fireplace, not inside it. And it actually answers the same question. Где? Я сижу у окна. The phrase разбитая душа is a great example of past passive participle, which is used as an adjective. Разбитая, broken, разбить, разбивать что-то, to break something. So here it means broken or shattered, describing the soul in a poetic way. In Russian, participles often act as adjectives and agree in gender, number, and case with the noun. Here it's feminine singular nominative to match душа. Next one, все твои обещания пустота. Once again, we have no verb in this sentence, and actually describing something as пустота is quite common in Russian, especially in songs, in music, in poetry, for emphasis. It's like your words are just да-да-да. It's like your words mean nothing. Твои слова пустота. Твои обещания пустота. Instead of a noun here, you could use the adjective. For example, пустые слова. Those words that are just said to be said, and that's it. Твои is your. And in Russian, it also agrees in gender, number, and case with the noun. Обещание is plural, nominative. So твои is plural and nominative as well.
Твой маяк подарил мне боль. Устал я жить, все обиды тая. Уходи, за собой закрой.
So we move to the verse «Твой маяк подарил мне боль». Маяк is often represented as something that guides you, that shows you the direction. And here we can say that твой маяк, something that guided me, like the hope I had for this relationship. The verb подарил cannot be used in the sentence with боль, because боль is a negative word, right? We can say that it's used ironically. Pain cannot be gifted to someone. Мне is dative case, which shows a recipient. If you are receiving something with such verbs as give, gift, you will use the dative case. In English, we often have two in such cases. For example, give it to me. Another example is say it to me. Скажи мне. Устал я жить, все обиды тая. Here in the first clause, we can see two verbs. Устал and the infinitive form of the second verb, жить. In Russian, we can use устал with all the verbs possible. Я устала мыть посуду. Я устала работать. Я устала учиться. And you need to pay attention that I'm talking about myself. That's why I say устала. But if you are a man, you should use устал. And the word order is reversed. Again, устал я instead of я устал, to emphasize exhaustion. In English, we would use tired of living. So we actually have an adjective and a verb. But in Russian, we can use two verbs, like get tired of doing something. Все обиды тая, таить means to hide something. So what is a gerund? Actually, it's an adverbial participle that is used for simultaneous actions. For example, я сидела у окна и читала книгу. So instead of saying и читала, you could say я сидела у окна читая книгу. Instead of using two verbs, we just use a gerund here. Обиды. We can use different part of speech. Мне обидно. Я обиделась. Я таю обиды. The most common out of three would be мне обидно. Уходи, за собой закрой. Уходи is imperative mood. Go away. Уходи. Закрой is also an imperative mood. And here we have за собой. It's like behind yourself. In Russian, we have only one reflexive word. So instead of saying myself, yourself, himself, yourself, etc., you would use себя. Этот мужчина смотрит на себя. He is looking at himself in the mirror. За собой means close the door when you leave. Imperatives often end in «и» in Russian. Уходи, береги, люби.
Сколько бы я не просил, но ты же знала, что меня теряла.
Сколько бы я не просил. This is a concessive clause with сколько бы ни, meaning no matter how much I begged you. Бы indicates subjunctive and ни intensifies the negation. Сколько бы я ни. Imagine a situation. You're trying so hard, but no matter how much you try, it doesn't work or you cannot succeed. Сколько бы я ни пытался учить китайский язык, у меня не получается. And pay attention to the form of просил. It's imperfective past. You can watch a video on this topic here. It shows repeated action. Ну ты же знала, что меня теряла. The particle ну, it's emotional pleading. Okay, it's like come on, you knew that. Знала is past feminine. Я знала, он знал. Теряла is imperfective past from терять. It shows an ongoing process, like you were losing me. And меня is accusative. It's used as an object here. So when we have an object in the sentence, it's usually accusative. For example, take that phone. Возьми тот телефон. Он увидел меня. He saw me. And что is that?
Я босиком по стеклам бегал так упрямо. И если бы не твой милый голосок, я бы упал, сделав последний вздох.
Я босиком по стеклам бегал так упрямо. Босиком means barefoot. And here we use the preposition по. It shows the movement of its surfaces. For example, по стеклу, по дороге, по реке, плыть по реке. And it's used with a dative case. Бегал is imperfective past, which shows repeated actions. Так упрямо. Adverb упрямо means stubbornly. And так intensifies it. Так упрямо. So stubbornly. I was so stubborn to keep doing that. What we're talking about here is toxic relationships. Even though they hurt you, you keep staying in such relationships. You do it stubbornly. Like you know that it hurts, but no matter what, you keep staying. Если бы не твой милый голосок. Если бы не is a conditional clause. If not for your voice, if not for your words. Милый is cute. Голосок is diminutive form. We often use diminutive forms in Russian. It's like little voice. Голосок. It's just used to show that something is really cute and to show our attitude. For example, instead of saying mama, just mother, say мамочка, which is also diminutive form. Pay attention that we use бы in two clauses. Если бы не я бы. And in the first one, we had a noun, голосок, and here we have a verb, упал, and the form that is used is the past form of the verb. Or if you are a woman, you would say упала. Я бы упала. I would have fallen. Сделав, again, we use gerund here. If not for you, I would have died. Сделав, having made. That's a sequential action.
И звезды мирно падали, как будто до меня. Я каждый раз загадывал тебя не потерять.
И звезды мирно падали, как будто для меня. In Russian, we also have this common belief that if you see a shooting star, you should make a wish. Every time the narrator saw a shooting star, they would make a wish. Как будто, as if it was for me. Once again, we don't have a verb here. As if Those shooting stars were for me. И я каждый раз загадывал тебя не потерять. Каждый раз, every time I saw a shooting star, I was thinking about you and I wished not to lose you. Тебя is accusative, since it's the object in this sentence. I don't wanna lose you. Не потерять. Not to lose.
Но больше не могу, я просто мучаю себя. Теперь ты больше не моя.
Но больше не могу. Я просто мучаю себя. Но is but. But I cannot do it anymore. Больше не means not anymore. Могу to be able to do something. Я не могу. I cannot do that anymore. Я просто мучаю себя. Мучаю себя. It's like I'm sacrificing myself for you. I'm crucifying myself. I'm hurting myself. I'm torturing myself. The word просто is used here as a sudden realization. Теперь ты больше не моя. Теперь is now. Now you're not mine anymore. Ты больше не, no longer. You're no longer mine. In this sentence, we don't have a verb, and it's perfectly fine. Overall, the song uses flexible word order and metaphors such as burning memories or running on glass, and some grammatical structures like conditionals and gerunds. The meanings blend literal actions, burning a photo, with figurative pain, shattered soul, making it poetic and relatable. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like and subscribe to my channel to learn more Russian.